بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين أبي القاسم محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين وسيد الخلق أجمعين، وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين وأصحابه الغر المنتجبين. إخوانا، أنتم في حلقة جديدة مع الشيخ المعالج أبو عرف. إخوانا، نعتبر نفسي واحد من أقوى المعالجين الروحانيين على وجه الأرض بالعلاج من بعيد، علاج البيوت المسكونة والمستشفيات المسكونة والقصور المسكونة والفلل المسكونة وأي شيء مسكون بالجن حتى ولو كانت جزيرة، وكذلك أي إنسان بمس أو جن أو سحر أستطيع أن أعالجه من بعيد. يعني لو اجتمعت سحرة العالم على إنسان وسحره، أقسم بالله العظيم صادقا، أقسم بالله العظيم صادقا يمين أحاسب عليه يوم القيامة، إني أستطيع بما أتاني الله من علم أن أعالج أي مسحور أو بيمس أو بيت مسكون في أي مكان على وجه الأرض من بعيد. فقط أحتاج اسمه واسم أبوه، اسم جده وعنوان سكن، ابتداء من اسم الدولة انتهاء برقم الدار. للتواصل أترك رقم تليفوني دائما في أول تعليق، واللي ما ينزل على التعليقات رقم تليفوني هو 00964 780564 984. هذا واتساب وإيمو وفايبر. طبعا اليوم جايب لكم كم لقطة عن مخلوقات غريبة صوروها بالغابات، أرجو أن تنال إعجابكم.
I'm back, and today I'm here to maximize your fear. So far, 2023 has been a year filled with many strange things caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your popcorn and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail camera clips of 2023. This incident is very recent given that it was released on May 14th, 2023. It belongs to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. Also known as RMS, this group makes caught on trail cams. From weird unidentified creatures to killers and to many other unexplainable phenomena. So today I decided to highlight some of the most chilling and downright horrifying creatures caught on trail cameras this year. So grab your popcorn and allow your fear to be maximized as we recap the scariest trail camera clips of 2023. This incident is very recent given that it was released on May 14th, 2023. It belongs to Rocky Mountain Sasquatch. Also known as RMS, this group makes YouTube videos about supposed Bigfoot and cryptid sightings. And this is some of their most compelling evidence yet. In order to fully comprehend the craziness of this capture, you must understand the way the trail cam functions. This camera in particular is a motion-activated camera. But there are two criteria that have to be met in order for it to trigger. First, the subject has to be at least 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Second, it has to be moving. Also, you have to understand that on these game cameras, there is something called motion blur. So when the subject is moving rather fast, it creates motion blur, as you can see by this deer comparison. The first one is not moving, and the second one is moving quickly. That being said, here is the unexplainable photo that was captured by Lonnie, and here's also what he said. This happened on my trail camera that I've had for years. It happened in Marshall County, Oklahoma, 3.7 miles from the nearest county road and behind multiple locked gates. I have no idea what it is. So that being said, this trail camera is in a very remote area and it's on private property. So why and how could a person be lurking around back there? Some have speculated that the man captured Bigfoot, but due to the creature's rather light appearance, others think otherwise. Others speculate it could be some other creature such as a goblin that lurks in the depths of the woods. Whatever this thing is, one thing is for sure. This picture truly is unexplainable. This clip was posted by Killer Clown's TikTok on February 19th, 2023. Some teenagers were going for a late night drive. They shined their flashlight into the field as they drove by, and this is what they saw.
Wait, stop right there. What is it? Is it a buck? What is that? Dude, this one. Dude, go.
All of a sudden, a humanoid creature appears and begins running quickly towards them. Many people think this is the infamous cryptid called the Rake. The Rake is a supposed creature that lurks in the depths of the forest and woods and terrorizes and stalks humans. They were given the name the Rake because they have long, sharp claws and try to rake and scratch at their prey. Obviously, it's unknown if the rake is real, and that's why it's called a cryptid, a creature with no firm evidence of its existence. People began to think that this is just a hoax and that it is just a man in a costume. However, if you slow the footage down and freeze it, the body looks different than a human's. The arms look freakishly long, and it just doesn't appear to have the same features as a human, which makes others believe this is not a hoax. Let me know in the comments if you think the rake is real. The following video clip is apparently going viral in Mexico. The story goes like this. A group of friends were camping in the woods and they could tell they were being stalked or hunted by something. They said they felt that eerie feeling as if they weren't alone and also heard lots of strange noises all around them. They also said they saw footprints around the campsite and were missing some of their belongings. So one of the campers decides to get his drone out and fly it up above the trees and scan around the area to try to find the culprits. The drone had a thermal imaging camera on it, and they used that and immediately spotted what looks to be a very tall person roaming around the woods. The person then stops and stands completely still. This is when they switch the vision of the drone to get a good look at the person, but when they zoom in, it's just a deer. How is this possible if it was just a person seconds ago? This is what made them and viewers believe that they were dealing with a skinwalker. If you don't already know, a skinwalker is a supposed evil, shape-shifting witch or spirit that can take the form of animals and humans. They try to imitate them as best as they can. People have hypothesized that this skinwalker felt the presence of the drone and decided to switch forms, attempting to blend in with nature. This is definitely a bone-chilling encounter, making this one of the scariest things ever caught on trail cams. A man named Donnie Laws has many trail cameras posted throughout the vast wilderness of the Great Smoky Mountains, and he has a YouTube channel dedicated to what he captures on these cameras. But in this video, he shows his strangest and most unexplainable captures ever. This was posted on May 5th, 2023. He says people ask him all the time if he ever captures anything strange on his trail cameras, and his answer is yes, every once in a while. Here is his first strange photo. As you can see, an orb is seen in the middle of the frame. Orbs are commonly associated with paranormal activity, but he says this could be explainable, but maybe not. He says he has only captured this once, and that camera has been in the exact same spot for years, and he never saw this ever again. However, he did capture something else strange on that same camera. Here it is. He calls this one the ghost bird picture. It was captured right at dark. Now this next one here has puzzled him the most. He says he has studied and studied and studied it for a long time, but has never been able to come up with a solid answer. There's some sort of small animal peering at the trail cam. He says these older cameras don't have the higher pixels on them, so that's why it's blurry. But what could that little thing be? He says this next video was taken in a spot where you just can't get to. It's very remote and it's almost impossible to get to. This was at 1:30 in the morning. Some sort of orb is seen moving around in the camera. Seeing all of these weird captures on his trail camera really makes you wonder. You never really know what kind of spirits or creatures could be lurking out there. The areas are so remote that not many people get to see what goes on. But maybe we weren't supposed to know. This crazy and scary trail cam footage was captured by Hunting Farmer, a YouTube user who posts frequently about the wild things he captures on his many trail cameras. But this is one of his most mysterious captures yet. It was captured on November 27th, 2022 at 2:28 a.m. This late night footage shows a deer seemingly resting and taking a nap right in front of the trail camera. The footage appears relatively normal at first, that is until the deer is awoken by a predator stalking it. What's terrifying about this footage is you can only see the eyes of the predator. There's something so eerie about the way this thing stalks the buck. The deer is then made known of its predator, but this is where the footage stops, making it much more mysterious. It's most likely that the eyes captured by the trail cam belong to a coyote or fox, because they are known to stalk and attack deer. It's unknown if the deer survived or what exactly happened because of the abrupt stop of the footage. But the scariest part about this footage is to imagine yourself in the deer's position. Scary stuff for sure. A man was hiking through the woods alone one day when he came across one of the scariest things you could ever come across in the woods. It was captured by a man named Barry Seiko, and it was shared by Breakman on YouTube. Here's what he captured.
Itu dia. Pocong. Apa detik saja kayaknya. Dan perubahannya bisa ini udah deket banget. Saya agak menetes. Itu di kain kafannya.
As you can see, a horrifying demon-looking creature in a robe is standing motionless, just watching him. As we zoom in and take a closer look, you can see the horrifying-looking face and white hair of the being. The man who took this video thinks he captured a pokong. A pokong is a Javanese ghost that is still wearing their funeral shroud. It's basically like a mummy. Everyone is still shocked by this footage. Let's just say if I was on a hike through the woods and I encountered something like this, I would never go into the woods ever again. This encounter happened on April 9th, 2023. The original poster of the video says, Slenderman caught on camera in Ohio, April 9th, 2023. A man was allegedly on his daily walk when he stumbled across this being near a tree line.
Boys, I think I found the Slender Man. He's just chilling right near that swing set. I don't know what to do.
As you can see, what looks like the urban legend Slenderman is, in the words of the video, chillin' by a swing set. Despite the horrifying presence of this being, the man doesn't seem too deterred by it, and is determined to get a good video. It's obvious that this cannot be human due to the height of it and the way it's moving its arms. It seems to have multiple pairs of arms continuously moving up and down. Imagine going for a walk one day and you look over and you see this. Let me tell you, my first reaction would not be to pull my phone out and record it. It would be to run away as quickly as possible. Little background information is known, creating the possibility of a hoax. So I'll let you all decide in the comments. This next capture is scary, but also very cool. This is a lynx. Even though these things are very strong and dangerous animals, it looks so beautiful here. And there's even another one in the background. The cats seem intrigued by the camera. Lynxes are also infamous for being elusive, with not many being filmed almost ever in the wild. They have very heightened senses and are always on high alert, so that's why you should not go near these animals. Lynxes are very strong and are said to be very protective, especially when it comes to their cubs. If they feel threatened, they will pounce and attack, and it will not be a pretty sight, despite how pretty these animals are. I don't know if it's just me, but seeing this footage makes me want to give that cat a big hug. But I know this wouldn't turn out good for me, as I would probably be ripped to shreds. And also, I'm allergic to cats, so if I did survive the encounter, I'd be sneezing for days. Anyways, footage like this is rare, and there's something so amazing but also eerie about it. A TikTok user posted this video on May 11th, 2023. The man says he had another encounter like this not too long ago when he heard a baby crying deep in the woods. But here's what he captured this time.
Keep in mind, about 150 yards into a 20-acre wooded area. Listen. You hear that? Y'all still think that's the panther?
Apparently some people were saying that they thought it was a panther making those noises. But the guy who recorded the video states, y'all think that's still a panther? 'Cause I don't. TikTok commenters went wild with this one, sparking a massive debate. Theories range from skinwalkers to birds or just a straight-up hoax. Some said that it probably is just children in the woods. But this doesn't make sense to the poster because, like he said, the area is extremely vast with no one around. Someone also said that birds can mimic human voices. So could it have been a bird? Whatever's happening in those woods is probably the smartest decision to stay away. The U.S. is one of the countries with the largest amount of tornadoes, but tornadoes do not happen too much in the following area. This incident occurred in Portage Township, Indiana, which is the northernmost part of Indiana. This happened in July of 2019. A man named Tony Vyson had just arrived at a local bar that he goes to frequently when he was met with this tornado seemingly out of nowhere. In a span of only 30 seconds, the tornado formed and touched down. This tornado caused lots of damage to buildings and even took out some trees and power lines. But luckily, no one at all was hurt. Also, luckily, this tornado lasted very quickly and went back up into the sky shortly after Tony filmed this video. It destroyed lots of a local learning center, which I assume was the building back behind the CVS that we saw in the footage. Tornadoes are a terrifying occurrence, and being caught in one is extremely dangerous. What a crazy sight. Now the following footage is completely amazing. A snake is seen getting very close to a cat, seeming like it's about to strike. Let me freeze it here. Before the clip goes on, what do you guys think? Is the cat going to be quicker than the snake and dodge its attack? Or is the snake going to successfully strike the cat? Pause the video and let me know your guess in the comments. Alright, now let's play the video. If you said the cat was going to win, you were exactly correct. Not only did the cat win, but it even threw in a nice punch right to the snake's head. It's incredible to see that a cat's reflexes are faster than that of a snake's. The original poster of this video states, a cat's average reaction time is approximately 20 to 70 milliseconds, which is actually faster than a snake's average reaction time, which is estimated at 44 to 70 milliseconds. Now that's the definition of cat-like reflexes. And let's also take a look at another snake and cat encounter. This cat barely escapes the strike of the snake, jumping insanely high up in the air. It's always amazed me that cats have such fast reflexes like that. The snakes don't even stand a chance. This next segment features 2 videos. They include some very rare footage. In this first trail cam video, we can see a raccoon fighting off a deer that is way bigger than it. But the raccoon does not care. The deer is more frightened by the presence of the raccoon than the raccoon is of the deer. I guess size really doesn't matter, in the wild that is. Let's take a look at another incident that shows this. This lone raccoon is completely blocking this deer from getting to the deer feeder. The raccoon is determined to get all of the food for itself. It swats at the deer, giving it a nice smack on the face, which scares it away. The raccoon never gives up. Now here is some crazy up-close footage that has never been seen before. It comes from a YouTube channel called Trailcam Pro. I'm just going to let the footage speak for itself. As you saw, a mama fox is standing alone until many baby fox cubs come rushing out. These things are crazy, running around sporadically in all different directions. And then the cubs begin feeding off of the mother. This is just a cool thing that happens out in the wild that we don't get to see much, especially this clear of footage and this close of footage. But the scary thing is, foxes are very protective over their cubs. so do not go close to them when their babies are around. Without a trail camera, if someone got this close of a video of a fox feeding its cubs, let's just say it would not have ended good at all. Nonetheless, I hope you all enjoyed these trail cam captures. As you can hear, some sort of unidentified, bone-chilling screams were coming from deep in the woods. The man who captured this video said, "I went grouse hunting in Ontario, Canada when we heard these screams. It happened on October 3rd, 2019 at 6:50 p.m. A commenter also pointed out that the screams sounded like they were getting closer at a very fast pace. So what kind of animal could possibly make strange sounds like this? Still, no scientists or anyone at all have been able to pinpoint what caused that noise. Let me know what you guys think it was in the comments.
And I have chosen the most impressive recordings that have come to my email. Disturbing footage that will make you scowl in horror. Do you want to see them? Well, stay with me. My name is Leonora Clay, and this is The Darkest Secret. Today we present 7 extreme horror videos to lose sleep this 2023. We start this investigation with a video that went viral on the networks. However, I wanted to include it because it is part of a pattern that we had already analyzed before. You see, as you probably already know, the beginning of this year has been marked by many sightings of unidentified flying objects. UFOs that have been seen so clearly that they have even aroused the concern of the authorities of some countries, who lately they say they have shot down some of them. However, the phenomena has been such that even many of you have sent your own videos where inexplicable things are beginning to appear in the sky. Without going any further, this was captured at the exit of a Las Vegas club. Pay attention. Some employees who also witnessed this said that these lights remained positioned in this place for about an hour, in which the clouds that cover them also remained in the same position. They affirmed that it was as if the wind had suddenly stopped blowing, leaving that cloudly area practically static in the sky. Another rather peculiar aspect is that, as can be seen in the image, it seems that the lights react when they are focused on from the ground. Do you notice that? Something that does not happen with helicopters, drones, or any other flying device. What could the origin of these lights be? Strange footage to which is added is the one sent by Kim, a faithful subscriber, who from Colombia sent me a disturbing clip recorded in Santiago, Chile. It was from the balcony of a building that a group of women were shocked to observe what you will see next. Frequently reviews the images from a security camera that she has installed in her living room. It was in one of these reviews that the device caught something completely mysterious for her. Observe. As I almost always say, when the true paranormal happens, it happens exactly like this. Something common, but that happens in an unusual or exaggerated way. Notice here, there are as many orbs as there would be inside a tunnel full of dust. Our subscriber maintains that all the windows were closed, so both those particles and the strange movement of the curtains should never have happened. Should we believe her? Think about it. Even if the window was open, it still doesn't explain such a huge amount of orbs. It would have had to have been a dust storm. What do you think? Number 5. From Santiago de Chile, Jordan Navarrete Morales, a regular subscriber to the channel, wrote my email to tell me about a strange situation that he experienced with coworkers at the company where he works. He says that one afternoon they began to review the security cameras installed in there. A moment in which one of them realizes what you will see next. He says that one afternoon they began to review the security cameras installed there. A moment in which one of them realizes what you will see next. As much as they ask him over and over again, both Jordan and his co-workers can't explain what this strange glow that crosses the image is due to. Making a preliminary analysis, and at first, we think it could be the reflection of a car on the metal. However, as we move forward, we realize that this strange luminescence is still maintained in the part of the concrete, which according to our subscriber, has a non-reflective paint, which makes it impossible for any reflection to be projected in that area. So, why does it shine? Are we facing a paranormal manifestation that this camera captured? Let me know what you think. Number 4. Many blindly believe that karma exists, that if you do wrong in one way or another, you will have to pay for it. And the video that you will see below may be one more proof of that. The man you are seeing on the screen is Ernesto Muinchont, a former mayor of the city of San Salvador, a man who stood trial on charges of corruption and financing of criminal gangs known as maras. Crimes whose sentences he will not only have to serve here on earth, but apparently something is waiting for him at the end of his life.
Comenzamos con información que ha surgido en los juzgados salvadoreños, porque el comenzamos con información que ha surgido.
Behind him, a strange figure can be seen in the background. A rather disturbing-looking woman who seems to be attentive to every step this man takes, as if she was waiting for him. Could it be that this man will have to continue serving a sentence beyond earthly justice? Could this be concrete evidence of the existence of karma? What do you think? Number 3. The following footage corresponds to a strange recording captured in a remote town in Indonesia, a remote territory where it is said that legends come true. For days, the residents of this place spoke of a supposed animal that circulated on the roofs of the houses, bringing with it innumerable misfortunes for its lucky inhabitants. They said it was a huge beast with bloodshot red eyes and teared hoofs that scarred the rooftops. Stories like these circulated by word of mouth. Everyone considered it a mere story, a mere legend, until one afternoon, a young local captured the following sequence on his cell phone. Pay attention. All that tumult that is observed in the image is generated from the species of animal that lies there, on one of the roofs. An animal that apparently would fit the description of that being that torments the inhabitants of this remote town. The neighbors run terrified, as this being is known in the culture of this town, a wild boar covered in blood that comes to take the souls of those who do wrong. What is your opinion on this recording? Leave it in the comments. Number 2. We continue with this story, a disturbing video captured by a man who for some time has been hearing strange noises coming from the patio of his house. He says that there were several nights that he woke up to sounds similar to those of an animal. That is why, to clear up doubts, he acquired a device that has night vision in order to better appreciate what was really happening. He thought he was going to find a dog or a cat trespassing on his property. He never imagined coming across this. Incredibly, the camera captures the presence of a being whose extremities are extremely disproportionate. A creature that seems to be hanging around there in search of something or someone. The owner of this property claims to be completely baffled. It's something he has never faced before. A mysterious creature that for some reason is appearing frequently in his home. What could be the nature of this being? What interest does it have in this place? Questions that still to this day remain unanswered. Number 1. Shuck TV Paranormal is a YouTube channel whose protagonist, Amy, specializes in investigating all kinds of places where there are said to be high concentrations of paranormal activity. On this occasion, she and her team went to a haunted house in England, where it was claimed the spirit of a monk who was executed after killing a young woman wandered around. At nightfall, and after installing the corresponding circuit of cameras in all the rooms, they went out to explore with the intention of capturing anything out of the ordinary. No one ever thought that Amy herself would be the protagonist of this more than chilling moment. Pay attention.
She makes like a creepy smile.
Did you notice what made her so scared? Look again at the girl's face.
She makes like a creepy smile.
Do you notice that it seems to be disfigured?
She makes like a creepy smile.
All it took was for Amy to look at the mirror for a few seconds for the camera to capture the exact moment in which, incredibly, her face was distorted, with opening her mouth in a horrifyingly exaggerated way. At first glance, there are no cuts or any other type of manipulation in the image. Her colleagues, who accompanied her to carry out this exploration, assure that this incident was an act of paranormal transformation, carried out by the nefarious spirit of this monk who deliberately manipulated the image projected by the mirror to literally horrify all those who were inside of the house. Tell me what you think of both this and the previous recordings, because this video has already come to an end. My name is Leonore Clay, and this was The Darkest.